Peace, everyone. This is a random live, and as you can see from the title, we are talking about authenticity and alignment and evolution. Now, full transparency, y'all, I am extremely nervous. I have gone live dozens of times, especially here on Instagram. But what's different about today is I am in alignment with an intention that I set earlier this year. And that intention was to go live on 2 platforms at the same time. So I am going to be looking here and I'm going to be looking here because I am getting over that, you know, there's other levels. So I'm just getting to the next level when it comes to me going live. So when I first was going live, you know, I used to get so nervous. And then this year, I finally had worked through it. So I'm like, all right, what's next? And this is what's next. And y'all, I'm shaking in my boots. And it's a perfect example. It's a perfect example of what we're talking about today when it comes to evolving and authenticity, right? So I'm being authentic by sharing that with you all because that's some real ish. I really am. And then, of course, I'm evolving because I am doing something different. Hello. I'm doing something different. So that's why I got the Palo Santo today, because I'm just, like I said, I'm nervous, but I'm getting over it surely, slowly but surely. Hello from England. Not Chief Keith. That's funny. So, thank you all for joining. What I want to talk about today is I made a post on Instagram actually, and I'm going to be talking about that. And let's see. Okay, so, hey, hello everyone. Okay, so the post talked about realizing that once life is a constant state of evolution, that you're gonna pretty much get over a lot of the anxiety or a lot of the consistent state of mind that you're doing life wrong. And hello everyone. So like I was saying earlier, I'm challenging myself. I'm for the first time going live on 2 different platforms. So we got YouTube over here and we got Instagram over here. So anyway, today we're talking about alignment and evolution, and how being in a consistent state of mind, you know, trying to live in the rat race of the world is actually really putting a lot of us in a state of out of alignment. And that is so important to me because I've been there. I know exactly what that feels like. And hello from Russia. And 4 years ago, I was in the exact same mindset as the people that are in this post and in these comments. And that's not to say that I'm not still in this mindset. I am continuously evolving and growing and really just trying to become the best version of myself that I can. One thing that I do know is that a lot of people in the world really need to lighten up. Lightening up has to be one of the main things that's super important, only because once we realize that a lot of this really doesn't matter, we cannot take half of this stuff with us. So it really doesn't matter at all. But what does matter is your experience in life, the love that you have within yourself, the love that you give to others, and everything that is, I might have to give up on, because I cannot with these comments on here. I forget that YouTube is kind of like TikTok in a sense, that it kind of puts your YouTube video out there to a whole bunch of people, so all I see is nothing but spam. But anyway, we are talking about alignment and how you can start to work towards becoming the most authentic part of yourself. Now, as I said, I am doing something new today. I am evolving by going live on 2 different platforms, something that I've wanted to do for a while because I wanted to try to, maximize my energy when it comes to creating content. And so the fact that I'm continuously always trying to find ways to evolve is what I want a lot of us to do. I've been having a lot of conversations with certain people recently, and a lot of us are, either stuck in creativity, trying to create, or a lot of us are stuck in trying to figure out how do we make it in this world. That's literally one of the most important things. So one of the things that I have realized that what's best for me is to honestly focus on myself. And when I do that and I stop worrying about what the world is doing and, who's running for president, who's doing this today, who's the next blogger that's the best influencer, when I stop worrying about that, that is when I literally can continue to become my most authentic self. Because now I'm focusing on me, I'm focusing on the things that I want to do in life, and I'm focusing on everything that is going to make me in alignment with that. So if you are consistently chasing the world's dream, and when I say the world's dream, I mean the world is, the people in this world already created a dream. So their dream is to have the world running based off of a money system, based on everything being calculated to control us. So even though we live in those bounds, we can still have our individual lives. And and there is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So sorry, today this live is probably horrible because I'm getting used to the YouTube platform. So bear with me, okay? I will get better next time. But I really just wanted to really talk about that, and just make sure that people are understanding that alignment it comes with continuously evolving, continuously trying to better yourself, okay? I know that a lot of people's thing right now is jobs and money, right? So when it comes to money and needing money, because everything is so expensive nowadays, right? So when it comes to needing money and wanting to live a particular lifestyle, a lot of people are still kind of stuck on that things have to look a particular way. You have to have this big old house. You have to have, a big car. You have to be flashy all the time. And that is a part of the dream of the world, right? The world is selling this image to us. And so how can we be our true authentic selves if we're literally chasing something that is never going to make us happy? And a lot of people think that that will make them happy, and it will not. It will not. Um, so with us millennials being in our 30s now, and we came from our parents that are literally just in another state. Hello. Literally just in another state. And so that is very important. Yeah, us millennials. I'm just reading the comments on YouTube, y'all. Millennials, we are charged with changing life itself. And our parents, they were the ones who did what they needed to do when it came to giving us the space in order to do so. So with us being, in our 30s, half of us are stressed out, working at jobs we do not like, and allowing people to literally tell us what we can and cannot do. When one thing that I noticed, that the world, even though they have its own, it has its own vision, they literally gave us ways to get out of that vision. So I don't think that life is what is sucking, or is what is creating, a lot of depression in millennials and not being their most authentic self. I really think it's the world. Says an influencer who goes public. Yes, because I'm ultimately trying to get you all to see that that comment was unnecessary, because it's all anger. It's all anger. And if a lot of us were focused on ourselves and focused on the love that we have within ourselves, we wouldn't be angry. We wouldn't come on, social media and talk negatively. So it's really just about us continuously evolving, okay, like I said before, and really understanding that half the stuff in this world doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be said. But anyway, I'm super grateful for everybody that is joining in. If you are just joining in, we are talking about society, alignment, and how you can strive to become the best version of yourself authentically. So that's honestly creating a structure within yourself, your core being, that's going to allow you to not worry about the little things like comments, or people in your life not really appreciating the things that you're doing for yourself, wanting to really truly be different than everybody else. It takes a lot to rise to the occasion of authenticity, especially in 2024. But I feel like it's so much easier now to do in 2024, because everybody is literally on that wave now. So everyone's like, I'm minding my business. I don't have anything to say to anybody. I want to, try to really work on myself. And if everybody did that, then a lot of us would be a lot happier. A lot of us would be a lot happier. I think alignment first starts with, like I said, going within yourself, really getting to the core being of yourself, understanding the things that you want in life, what you like in life, the things that you love, the things that you find important, okay? All of these things, whatever you value, whatever you want to focus on, whatever your end goal in life is, whatever success looks like to you, literally write all of that down. Write it all down. And when you are making decisions like going for a job, because we all want to be entrepreneurs, right? But the reality is we can't. Not all of us can. And when we are trying to, align with society, us getting a 9-to-5 job, the best thing that we can do is to make sure it's in alignment with our values. And the only way to do that is to know your values. So, you know, if you're looking for a lot of, I would say, peace in your life, then it's really important to follow your heart first. And one thing that I really want to also focus on is really just having the, I want to know how many of you all saw the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. I want to know who saw that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you saw that movie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that none of this matters. The movie was all about aligning with your most authentic self and really finding your core being to what's important to you so that you can stop focusing on everything that's in the external. Really, really, really good movie. If you haven't watched it, I definitely suggest watching it. And yes, there's a movie. Yes, and it's really, really good. Honestly, it's so good that it made me cry. It definitely made me cry, and it definitely helped me to align with my thought process and everything that I've been going through in the past 4 years and really trying to get to who I really truly am. And it made me realize that a lot of the stuff that, you know, society puts on us, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. And so that's why I say, you know, it's important for us to really find out who we are, because once we figure out what actually does matter, life does become a little bit easier, because you stop caring about what other people think, and you stop while you live in America, you should care about where you live. Things do matter. Yes, you are right. And when you're living somewhere, that is the most important thing when it comes to being your true, most authentic self. So when I say that nothing matters, I mean the external dreams of the world and society. That's what doesn't matter. Paying bills, all of those things that were created to keep us away from our authentic self, those are the things that don't matter. In a sense that it's consistently keeping us from our most authentic selves. So when we focus on that so much, it takes away from the things that do matter. So when I say that they don't matter, that's essentially what I mean. It's like, we know that it's the way of life. So we know that it's something that's evident and it's something that is a part of life. But it doesn't matter in the sense that we don't need to stress ourselves out over doing all of these particular things. Now, some people are probably going to, you know, say, oh my goodness, well, why do you think that? Or why would you say that? Because like, they're literally, like I said, taking us away from being our authentic self. We could still be our authentic self and, you know, help society be a really good part of society. But we have to know who we are first. We can't do that, and we can't really truly be happy in that space if we don't know who we are. So you have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first, and then try to work through everything else that society is putting on us. So it may or may not make sense to some people, but that is the way and the direction that a lot of people are going in. They're focusing on themselves first, and then they are going to, oh, hey, and then they are going to, you know, essentially help to, you know, create whatever it is that they can create within the world. But if you try to focus on the world and the external things first, how are you going to be happy? So that's what I mean by that. Hey. I'm actually going to go through some of these comments on here. Someone said that that was a song. I've actually never heard the song, but I've definitely seen the movie. Oh, thank you. Reincarnated angel. um, am I? Hello. I see that you were in here engaging. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, that might be all for me today. Today was really about me evolving, like I put in the title, you know, going live on 2 different platforms at the same time, working through my nerves when it comes to that, continuously just being my most authentic self the best way that I can. So hopefully you all watched that movie that I mentioned, and maybe it'll help to kind of, you know, put you in, you know, a state of exactly what it is that I meant when I said that none of this matters. And you know, I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but I'm just saying it to let you know that the world's, I'm going to say this again because it's very important, very prominent. The world's dream is not your dream as an individual. Okay? So the world and what everything is going on between the worlds, it doesn't have anything to do with you. If you are trying to be in your most authentic self. So the best way that you can get to your most authentic self and provide peace to yourself is to step away from the external world for a while. Really focus on getting to your values. Hello, hey Sheen. Really focus on getting to your values, and then that's when you'll be able to align with society a little bit better, and a lot of us won't be, you know, miserable or sad or, you know, depressed all the time. It's because we don't know ourselves. So yes, Jamie, that's all they want us to do, work and pay taxes. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people. When you're trying to get to your most authentic self, none of that matters. Like you're gonna really figure it out. Like paying taxes and working, that shit doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. And one thing that I can, you know, say is that, you know, life becomes a little bit easier to understand that the world is the way that it is for a reason. And of course we live in it, so we want to accept it. But at the same time, who are we going to be when everything is gone, right? Who is our most authentic being when we don't have what society tells us we need, like taxes and going to work every single day, and, you know, having things that are taking us away from our most authentic being? Hey, Sheen. I'm looking this way because I'm live on YouTube as well. So yeah, that's all I have. Yes. Thank you all. Thank you, Gabby, Jamie. So someone on Instagram just gave an affirmation for us, and they said, I am able to give without depleting myself. Yes, I am able to give without depleting myself. And that's essentially what I'm talking about. Hey, that's essentially what I'm talking about. Allowing us to give into ourselves without depleting our energy, without giving our energy to things that just truly don't matter. Thanks for that affirmation, Sheen. That was a good one. And that's something that I have to repeat myself. I'm going to pin that. So thank you all for joining on YouTube. This was really fun. Where did you get your degree? Oh, that's easy. From life school. Life school. Just life experience, okay? I've probably been here before. I've probably been here before, but mainly from experience, okay? Yes, law of gratitude. Law of gratitude, law of manifestation, law of alignment, law of polarity, all these different things that can help us. Thank you. Yes, honestly, because I did a lot of what I talked about in my live. I really just focused on myself and stopped focusing on what the world is doing. No, I do not at this time. I am an entrepreneur and a content creator. And I've been on YouTube since 2021. But I've never went live before until until today. Well, this is my second time going live, but I've been creating content since 2021, and so I just literally have just been sharing my journey and my evolution. Honestly, if you look back at my page, a lot of it. Oh my goodness! I wish I was living off daddy's money. Why chase the dream of the world when you can attract a dream of your own? Yes. You know we read that book. You know I said that earlier. You know I said that earlier. It's so interesting because I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, and she's actually someone that considers herself to be a spiritual being who understands how the world works, but understands that she also needs to put herself first. And she found a way to actually really enjoy and love being in society. And so she is, although, she's very spiritual, she has her own way of life, and she's an entrepreneur. She went to school to become a teacher. She found a way to make herself, fit into the world in a way that's in alignment with her. And so, all right, that's enough for me on YouTube. Thank you all for joining that came on here on YouTube. I saw a lot of people that were actually really engaging and that were real people. And so I'm grateful, but I'm going to end this live.